What's up, guys? I want to do a quick video talking about last night's premiere of Legends of Tomorrow. I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was probably the best premiere of a show out of the three superhero shows on the CW. I didn't watch Arrow when it premiered, but I didn't watch Flash when it premiered. But out of each series, episode one, I feel like Legends of Tomorrow had the most solid story, and it just felt right. It really vibed with me, and that's not a Cisco joke or a pun, but that might be because we have been introduced to all these characters through out Arrow and Flash, their seasons. So that might be why it felt so good to me. Where we basically get to follow some familiar faces. I just love the chemistry between all the characters, the way they interact, just the jokes here and there. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it, and it feels more like a comic book than the Arrow and the Flash does. It just feels very zany. It feels out there. It just feels like it's a comic book being brought to life, basically. With the time travel and just the different characters that we have. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it, and I really look forward to seeing more of what the series is going to bring. I think this series will also allow us to kind of generate more feelings for some of these characters. Some of them might become more of a favorite than the Flash or Green Arrow throughout these series. But I have to say, I wasn't always a huge fan of Ray Palmer. After he was discovered to still be alive, I kind of started to like him a little more. I like his perception of the world now. Him basically saying, when I died, or when everybody thought I died, nobody really cared. They didn't give a shit, And he wants to make his mark on the world, on history. He wants to leave his mark, and that's why he decides to go with Rip Hunter. Basically, Rip lied to them and said, you were all legends in my time, and obviously that came to be a fallacy, and they're basically nobodies. They're a group of nobodies. They will have the least effect on history, and that's why he chose them. But I really like the fact that Ray was like, he's very optimistic. He's sort of like the light at the end of the tunnel for these, out of all these characters. And I have to say, I think I'm going to start enjoying Sarah Lance a little bit more as well. I love how she stepped up and she said, if we're able to change history, why can't we change our own destinies? It's them challenging predetermined destinies, and I think that's a very interesting concept, and I can't wait to see if they actually do leave their mark on history, and if in their timeline, in their history, if they actually do become legends. Because a lot of these characters are sort of like B listed characters, I'm pretty sure, in comic books. So it'd be interesting to see how this all plays out. Now, obviously, Rip Hunter lied to them, and they all didn't like that, but I really loved how all the characters came to their own realization that they should still do this. Obviously, Sarah and Ray want to leave their mark on history. What's his name? I forget the kid's name, but he's the other part of Firestorm now. He feels like he wants to be part of a team, and he misses that when he played football. It felt good knowing somebody took a tackle for him, and when he seen everybody coming to his rescue, when Boba Fett, as as Captain Cold liked to call him, was attacking the ship, he felt like there was that camaraderie, that teamwork, and that's what he wants to feel. So they each have their own reasons for going on with the mission, despite Rip lying to them, and I thought that was pretty cool to see. And like I said, I want to see more of how it all plays out and how they interact with each other. I'm sure there's going to be some tension among the characters, among the team. I'm sure some of them are gonna butt heads. I mean, Leonard and I forget the Heatwave's name, but basically Captain Cold and Heatwave are criminals, and they're among a bunch of heroes, basically. Granted, Sarah was an assassin. She's not exactly like a goody two shoes and all that, but. And that brings me to my other thing. When they went out to the bar, I thought that was hilarious. And Sarah looks really good in white, I have to say. I think I like her better in white than black. And as the White Canary, her new suit is definitely an eye catcher, if you know what I'm saying. I definitely enjoyed that. And I thought the whole bar scene was cool. But of course, this could have repercussions on history, and it might change things. I don't know. I think it's going to be cool seeing the different time periods in this series. Obviously, they went to the 70s, 1975, very colorful time, as they stated. So it's going to be cool going to different times in history. Hopefully, we go to the future, we go to the past, and the near past, the far future, the near future. Hopefully, we see all of this. I doubt we're going to go past Rip Hunter's timeline, but we will probably go to the past, and I think that would be pretty cool to see. I also hope they run into some other villains besides Vandal Savage and Kronos is his name. But Leonard Snark wanted to call him Boba Fett, which I thought was kind of hilarious. A nice little Star Wars nod right there. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be any other enemies, because in the previews we seen the Reverse Flash, but not the original Reverse Flash, but when he steals Harrison Wells' identity, basically we see Tom Cavanaugh, I think his name is, as the Reverse Flash in one of the previews. So it'd be cool to see how he might play a role in their time traveling adventures as well. But what are your thoughts on this first episode, guys? Are you going to continue watching it? Do you have high hopes for it? Obviously, it's probably only going to be one season. I feel like it's probably going to be a mini series, but I could be wrong. I am a little upset that there was no Barry Allen appearance. We seen Oliver, we seen Laurel, that's cool, but there was nothing to do with Barry. I thought maybe they would have showed Barry talk to Firestorm, the two counterparts to Firestorm, but we didn't see him at all, which I was a little disappointed on that, but it is what it is. But like I said, guys, what are your thoughts? Leave your feedback down below. I'd love to hear it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so. I'd greatly appreciate it. But that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.